We're on to Breakout.
Something tells me that's not supposed to be how that works. Okay, all right.
So,
Off to a great start.
oh,
The server is just as cruel in this game as in Pong, apparently.
wow, I got wrecked.
Do you really only get 3 tries? All right, my turn. Shoot. It knows that I'm touching it. Oh, there we go. Boom! What button was it?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea? All right.
It's all witchcraft to me.
Oh no, it's getting faster. Shoot! So we really suck at this because I don't think we've even remotely gotten past the yellow.
Nope.
God.
I wonder if the greens are worth more points.
Oh no! Ugh! It got mad. Ugh. I'm gonna make it to green. I'm not gonna! Shoot.
Alright.
Did you know that this game actually influenced the creation of the Apple II? This was developed by Nolan Bushnell and Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs, I think. And maybe some other guy. Sorry, probably old dead guy for forgetting your name.
No, you got it. Steve Jobs. I'm determined.
You're doing very good. I'm impressed.
I'm not. I made a mistake. I made a mistake.
No, you've got this. Just... Oh, that was weird.
No!
Oh, no! I mean, this game definitely speaks to the antisocial kid inside of all of us. Because we don't have to play with other people.
This is like Pong, but like the masturbatory version because it's one player.
The masturbatory version, that's great. Very mature.
When I was a kid, we had this little yellow cartridge that fit into the Nintendo Entertainment System. And it was from Japan, and it had like 100 games on it. Like this I swear to God that this is like the first like version of the knockoff like game cartridge ever made. It had a special adapter that you plugged it into in order to use it on the United States. It had like some of the old classic Atari games on it, but then it also had like more modern versions. Like there was a game like called, I want to say it was called Arkanoid, that was sort of like this, but it had power-ups and like difficult levels. I used to play that all the time, and like it was like this game called Mappy? It was an elephant. It had an elephant, or maybe it was a mouse. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I've heard of Arkanoid, but I've never heard of Mappy. That's
and then it had like another game called, I think it was like Solomon's Quest.
I've heard of Solomon's Quest. That also sounds familiar.
No.
I think that you probably were playing video games a lot sooner than I was as a kid. Like, my first video game was probably Mario 3. Super Mario 3.
Oh yeah. My first computer, thanks, oh my gosh, I suck at this. Thanks to my dad, I used to play on the Commodore 64, and I think the first game I ever played was called, it's like Agent USA. You were like this hat, and you were fighting the Fuzz. And they were called the Fuzz because they looked like, well, I mean, like, imagine like Missing No from, oh wait, that's right. You've never played Pokemon. Do you know who Missing No is?
Nope, no idea.
Missing No is basically like the glitch Pokemon. And so like, like, you know, when like things just don't quite look right, they look fuzzy, the graphics get all out of whack on a game.
Like in The Matrix, like Deja Vu.
Sort of like that, but a little more intense. But they were called the Fuzz, and that's sort of what they looked like.
Ugh!
They were basically...
This game is so frustrating! How is it this hard? I'm sorry!
Excuse
We've only
you.
made it to green once. We suck at this.
Oh, I got a green one.
It's not the first green one that we've gotten, but it is maybe the second one.
Oh, I got
wow,
two green
okay,
ones.
now this is new territory for sure. So one of the other things I find absolutely fascinating about the early history of video games, part of the reason why there was so much resistance to Long and to Breakout, even though they went to the home console, is because pinball was associated with the mafia. It was actually illegal in New York.
That's insane, especially considering like I love pinball.
Yeah.
I love pinball so much. I have very fond memories of going to the arcade and playing pinball with my dad.
Oh god, I suck at this.
Do you ever play pinball as a kid?
No, I've played I played pinball on like Windows 95, but no, actual like pinball machines, no.
Windows, the best pinball machine. My two favorite pinball machines, which are apparently like some of the hardest pinball machines of all time, are the Addams Family, which is like number one on my list, and the other one is the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone had a unique mechanic in that it had magnets in one of the areas in order to fight the power, which is like the Illuminati.
Wait, what was this?
The Twilight Zone pinball machine.
Oh, okay.
So went to go like save your balls and get the multi-ball. Occasionally you would get the power ball, which was I think it was weighted differently than the other balls, but it looked different. Like it had like something inside of it, like it was almost like translucent.
Oh, cool.
But I mean, it had a lot of the things from like the classic Twilight Zone show, which is what originally drew me to it, like Talking Tina and the power and the player piano.
Well, I've never watched the Twilight Zone either, so I don't know what any of those are.
I mean, it's classic. We'll have to watch it sometime.
All right.
Like, I mean, you've heard of the Outer Limits, right?
Nope.
Seriously, like these are like some of the like most amazing sci-fi shows from like I guess it was technically before my generation since I was born in like the 1980s, and these were like shows that came out in the 70s and like hit their like basically like they're what bred the sci-fi generation of the 80s.
I feel like what we got into as kids is probably just like what our dads were watching. Like, so I have a lot of X-Files and Stargate and Jag. One of those is not like the other, I'll give you. But that is what I watched a lot of when I was a kid. I think my dad watched The West Wing, too, which I didn't like until I was older, probably because I didn't understand it.
Isn't The West Wing like a relatively newish show?
No, it's from like
from
1995, I think, is when it started. It's very 90s. Like, it probably continued through the 2000s.
Why did the ball speed up there?
I don't know, but this game is just cruel.
No! There's no way I could get that. Come on. You've got to be kidding me.
I mean, this is just... No wonder this inspired the Apple II. It's fucking broken.
Just like the Apple II.
And every Apple product since. Oh, I know what it is. We need to buy the like DLC add-on extension to plug into the Atari for $15.99 or whatever.
Yeah, the one
we
that
don't
gives
have
you
we don't have the right headphone jack.
Right, the one that gives you the extended paddle.
Mm-hmm. You can pay $1.99 for an extra centimeter extension to the paddle.
Would you like to buy a speed boost for only 35 cents more?
On sale now, 20% off. Slower balls.
Watch this ad in order to get an extra life.
Hashtag giving up on being sponsored by Apple.
I mean, it's crazy nowadays how so many different games, like, they basically, like, they don't monetize through microtransactions, but like a lot of them monetize through ads, where it's like, if you want to keep playing, watch an ad. Or if you want to do this, watch an ad. oh, you want a little bit of that freemium currency where you have to watch 300 ads in order to buy one guy? Watch an ad.
So I know that there's probably a huge divergence of opinion, but I don't really mind that because it technically does not cost me anything but my time. They're getting paid by, the company's getting paid by advertisers. And I feel like that doesn't piss off the fan base as much as microtransactions seem to have been.
Unless you watch the ads, you are severely hindered in your ability to progress. And it's almost like in order to play this game, you have to watch ads. I mean, I sort of did away with cable television for that reason. I don't like ads in general.
Well, okay, nobody does. But, okay, hashtag unpopular opinion here. I think that the outrage that people have towards ads is really unfair because you know that if they switched to, pay $1.99 to play the rest of this game, and it was there was 100 levels that you're paying $1.99 for, or even 99 cents. People would be so outraged. That's why there's the running joke about EA and all the microtransactions. You just need to have hashtag honor like the guy who made Flappy Bird.
Oh, God.
Remember Flappy Bird? I loved that game. I was so good at it.
Oh my gosh. Actually, it's really sad because I actually had an old iPhone. Yeah, I know I used to have Apple products.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. But I had an old iPhone 5S that had Flappy Bird installed on it, and I was planning on hanging on to it and then just selling it as having Flappy Bird, because a while back there were these iPhones when Flappy Bird got taken off the store that basically people were selling these iPhones for $300 over their retail price because they had Flappy Bird on it. I was just this is a piece of gaming history. I want to keep this, and then maybe sell it and monetize it later.
My phone that had Flappy Bird on it was the one that got stolen. Remember at your holiday party a couple years ago? Yeah. That phone probably sold for a lot. Whoever the thief was probably sold it for regular phone amount.
And they didn't get the Flappy Bird money.
Or they probably had to wipe it, actually, so... Idiot. Joke's on you.
Don't get that Flappy Bird money. Boop. Oh, that was good. That was good. I got this.
You don't got this.
Where'd the ball go? This is like one of those where did the soda go moments.
It sucks so much.
No, okay. What?
So here's the problem is that I would be fine with the shitty serves if this game was just infinite, or if you had 10 or 11 tries like in Pong. But the fact that some of the serves are impossible to get and you only get 3 tries before game over is just I guess the reason why people kept putting quarters in the fucking arcade machine, but but yeah, this game is brutal. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Let us know in the comments, did you play Breakout when you were a kid? What did you think? Also, let us know what you think about ads and microtransactions in the gaming industry. Are we going in the right direction? We want to know what you think. Let us know.